In 2005, when they were still in the minority, Democrats in the House pledged themselves to a new Veterans Bill of Rights. In 2006, they won control of the House. And before the next election in 2008, they in fact passed the new GI Bill, the biggest investment in veterans education since World War II. The new GI Bill passed both the House and the Senate with big majorities. And even though President George W. Bush initially promised to veto it, he did ultimately sign the new GI Bill into law. It went into effect this summer.
Now, with this policy, we are making it clear that the United States of America must reward responsibility and not irresponsibility. Now, with this policy, we are letting those who have borne the heaviest burden lead us into the 21st century.
Something like the GI Bill has a way of inspiring that kind of language, that kind of big picture thinking. But you know, it also is a really specific nuts and bolts policy that offers cash money benefits to real Iraq and Afghanistan veterans going to college. And the VA, for all the high-minded language about this, appears to be blowing its implementation. The VA admitting to the Military Times this weekend that in the last 3 months of last year, almost 90% of the calls made by veterans to the VA's GI Bill call center never connected. Almost 90% of the time, callers either got a busy signal or a message that their call could not be completed. And remember, these callers are veterans trying to get information about benefits that they are due, that they have earned, that we have promised them. Paul Rykoff, executive director of the nonpartisan Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, told us today, quote, "How can the VA expect veterans to properly apply for the GI Bill when nearly 90% of the calls to the GI Bill hotline don't connect?" IAVA is obviously very concerned about this figure, the number of people who have been left scrambling for answers. The VA has so short-staffed its GI Bill call center that it's only open now Monday through Wednesday from 7 a.m. Central Time to 5 p.m. Central Time. And even then, it's not getting 90% of the calls that are trying to connect. And in fact, the VA didn't even respond to our calls today for a comment from them on what the HE double hockey sticks is going on with them screwing up the GI Bill and thereby screwing with our veterans. We'll keep calling, I guess, just like everybody else.